doing a video like this, so bear with me. This is I'm mainly talking about the Broncos. They got going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. So I'ma just see what's the injury report looks like and stuff of that nature. Get a little more into it about how the Denver Broncos can beat the Las Vegas Raiders. So just bear with me. I'm gonna go on the Denver Broncos site because the Raiders injury reports poster should be up there. Okay, Las Vegas Raiders at Denver Bronco injury report. Okay, this is MSN. So I'm gonna scroll on there just see. So let me go to this right here, the Raiders injury report, just in case we didn't get it. Uh, okay, we gonna no, not that one. I don't want that one. Okay, we gonna go here. Uh, Starting running back Zamir White is likely going to be doubtful to play, and then he was also ruled out later Friday. Um, that means Alexander Madison is in line to start in his place. Um, we all know that Devontae Adams will not play in this game. Hamstring, so-called hamstring injury. But he's also trying to get traded out of Las Vegas. Mm, and who else? Yeah, hamstring. Tackle Thayed Mumford, knee ankle. D. Cameron Richardson, hamstring and tight end. Michael Mayer, personal rookie safety. Trey Taylor coming back from the injured reserve is also out. The Adams trade saga is dominating the headlines. Right. Yeah, so we all know that. So in order for the Broncos road to victory, they gotta play some real good ball. And they gotta really start with the run. They gotta be really aggressive in the run game. Uh wanna try to get you to hear what Sean Payton said earlier. And okay, Sean Payton meets the media.
Showing 3 punts down with a win so far this year. How much was that area of punting kind of an emphasis for you guys going?
Well, there's two things there. I mean, really, it's the punter, and then there is a technique as to when you're periffing that ball.
We listening to Sean Payton as he talks to the media
In those areas
today on Friday.
the outside gunners, and obviously Riley's got confidence in that. So when you can play on that end of the field, I look, I'd have to look it up, but I feel like we've been in a number of games where it's been on that end of the field. And then I've said this before, when mistakes are made, they're magnified when that happens. October is important in our league. In other words, these first 4 weeks were a race to improve, and we're beginning, but October is an important month. And then obviously, look, you can go through it. We're home. It's a division opponent. I know it's the Raiders. And it's a special weekend for a lot of former players too, and that matters. Yeah, I think a lot. Like I said, we're searching for Shangri-La. Every once in a while, you come close to it, and but that's what we're working towards.
Just go back to special teams for a minute. Was that an area you felt like, because in the years preceding your arrival, they had struggled, they could be?
It's one of the things I learned early on. There, you know, while your team is in transition, what are the ways to speed up the process? And I was fortunate to hire a real good kicking staff. Mike and I worked together. Ben, I knew, and he's been fantastic. Banjo, and then it was finding and prioritizing and discussing in every meeting. He's coming to the game. What's his role in the kicking game? And there are guys, that are up maybe that because they're better in that. So that's one way, and then the offensive line very quickly is another.
You thought with the new kickoff rule there might be more bigger guys on special teams? Is that played out that way?
We got a quarterly report the other day. There's a tick up in returns. So I think we're getting to see a little bit more returns. I don't know that it's dynamic yet, but yet we want. Look, we feel like it's something we do well, so we want those opportunities, whether we're covering or returning.
How much momentum do you think? How much momentum do you think they'll be to lose the kickoff or the touchback penalty, the 35 yards?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think when the whole thing's over with this season, everyone will look at the numbers, and that's a good question. I don't know.
Sean, with the rookie quarterbacks, you can talk to them about windows in the NFL, but it's just one of those things that over time by playing more games, even
windows, you meaning throwing lanes? Yeah, look, he. The one trait you have to have is, and sometimes there's that balance of confidence in your arm, but I think he's got really good confidence relative to throwing into tight windows. And certainly, look, the game speeds up, all of it. Just from the call to the line of scrimmage in college, a college game a year or two ago was 5.5 hours long. And so the first thing I remember coming to this league was, man, the next play, in 3 hours, it's just, so all of that speeds up. But to your point about the windows, I think that, I think he's got that kind of accuracy and arm talent where, and certainly he's seeing some different coverages too.
It's beyond trusted. Just experiencing and knowing, okay, I can't.
Yeah, I think. Listen, I don't think he doesn't think he can. He can.
So going back to what Champagne said, this Sunday would be alumni weekend in the Mile High. Sunday on the game day, you got, I think it's about two players gonna go in the Ring of Fame, and then we celebrating. Ooh, I know his name, Randy Gradishar, for getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. So it'd be three players that we're celebrating on this alumni weekend, and it would be good to get a win. And look, the Broncos are on a two-game win streak here, on a two-game win streak here. So look, they can keep it up because their defense is really playing lights out. No matter to whom or what, that defense is playing lights out. And now I'm gonna take you there. We're gonna listen to Vance Joseph for a little bit. Where's Vance Joseph? Uh, okay, here we. Oh, okay, yeah, he spoke yesterday, so here you go. No, not that one. My, let's listen to this.
it's a group of self-aware, young, hungry guys who are still trying to reach for more.
The Broncos look to attack the Raiders defense ranked 24th in rushing defense. Offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi spoke about how the team continues to develop the run game.
I think we've blocked well. The running backs have read the runs well, and broken tackles when we needed to, and it's been a big part of why we won those last two games.
The Broncos released their injury report on Thursday. Running back Tyler Bidet did not practice due to a back injury. Safety J.L. Skinner improved to a full participant, and wide receiver Josh Reynolds remained full. Cornerback Tremon Smith was added as a full participant in practice.
Okay, that was yesterday's, but they had some on here today. So let me look through it again. Let me look through it. That's Sean Payton. Uh, okay, but I know I could find some, so bear with me. But the whole gist of the whole story is the offensive line has been doing good for the past 2 weeks. Everybody is questioning when Mike McGlinchey come back, will he start? Will he get back into the rotation? A lot of people are saying Sean Payton will go with the hot hand. Look, I seen him coach in New Orleans, but I'm not a Saints fan, so I really can't tell you about that. But we hope Sean Payton will go with the hot hand because with this offensive line, the way it is, what I mean. Bo Nix ain't getting sacked. He's not getting no QB hits. He has time to throw. Okay, right. The Jets game, it was bad. It was a bad weather game. But I also must remind y'all this. Aaron Rodgers didn't get to throw no touchdowns in that game. He got sacked 5 times in that game also. Bo Nix threw his first touchdown pass to Cortland Sutton. And I think they're really hyped. And they really want to, you know, go on a win streak. Just like Vance Joseph said in a similar view, you know, young and hungry. Now I'm gonna play this little clip. Um, Key matchups to watch. So got y'all listening to this. Might as well.
I like Riley Moss versus Jacoby Myers. I feel good about where Riley stands on this.
Yes, yeah.
I like McMillan against the Jacoby Myers if that presents itself throughout
Right.
this game. The Broncos secondary can handle any version of the Raiders pass catcher.
There's two weak spots to the Broncos defense that if I'm the Raiders, I don't think they have the personnel, but if I'm the Raiders, this is where I attack. If I see Cody Barton and Justin Sternad out there, I'm running down their throat. Both of them are pass defenders, and Barton does struggle in pass. I mean, it's Brock Bowers. You're going to struggle. So if it's Cody Barton on Brock Bowers, that's a win for the Raiders. As good as Cody is, I like Cody. He's a green dot guy. Obviously, Vance Joseph likes him as well. But he's still, even though he's a coverage guy, will struggle in coverage against a player like Brock Bowers. Justin Sternad, a coverage guy, is Brock Bowers. He's going to struggle in his second game, back starting here for the Denver Broncos without Alex Singleton.
I like the matchup no matter what.
So had to go there, but okay. Got something else to let y'all hear, and might end it or might go a little bit longer. Who knows? I kind of like this right here. So let's go.
Humana presents three questions you should
Oh,
ask when looking for a Medicare
oh,
plan. Is your doctor included in the plan's network? The
oh.
Broncos are hosting their first divisional game of the season as they take on the Raiders, the first of
I have
16
no
games this season.
commercials,
Going
but
into week 5, the Broncos and the Raiders are coming off wins. We did a deep dive and we found the numbers you need to know. Bo Nix has made strides over the last 2 weeks, coming off an undefeated road trip. In week 4, he threw his first career passing touchdown and had dual threat, being able to make plays with his legs. He is one of six quarterbacks this season with 100 plus rush yards and 2 plus rushing TDs. Nix is the second rookie in team history with 100 plus rushing yards and 2 plus rushing TDs in weeks 1 through 4. The first, Hall of Famer Terrell Davis in 1995. He also took 0 sacks in week 4. The Raiders are tied for 21st in sacks with 8. The Raiders rank 21st in total defense so far this season. Pat Surtain II has put on a clinic on how to cover the number one receivers in this league. Through 4 weeks, he has held his opponents to an average of less than 2 catches and 20 yards per game. In week 1, Surtain shadowed Seahawks wide receiver DK Metcalf 96% of the time, Steelers wideout George Pickens 65%, and Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans 71%. In week 4, Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson lined up against Pat Surtain on 60.9% of his routes, 28 of his 46 to be exact. Wilson was only able to haul in 2 of his 3 targets for 22 yards. Wilson was held to 0 targets on his first 18 routes, his first target against Surtain coming with 142 left in the third quarter. It is unclear who Surtain will line up against on Sunday, but he will be looking to join some elite company. Surtain needs 2 defensive tackles to join cornerback Chris Harris Jr. as the only Broncos in team history to record at least 200 tackles and 35 passes defended in their first 4 seasons. Looking at the running game, the Raiders are coming off a season-high 152 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns versus the Cleveland Browns. The Broncos defense ranks 12th in rushing defense and tied for second in red zone defense. The Raiders have not had consecutive games of 150-plus rushing yards since 2022. Jumping to the Broncos backfield, Javonte Williams led the Broncos with 129 rushing yards so far in 2024. The Broncos are one of 2 teams with 4-plus players, each with 85-plus rushing yards this season. Running backs Javonte Williams and Jaleel McLaughlin are hoping to take advantage that the Raiders rank 24th in rushing defense.
Okay, there. Okay. So there's a lot of ways that the Broncos can attack the Raiders on Sunday. I want to see Troy Franklin more involved. I want to see Troy Franklin catch a pass and just, take it to the house. The same with Marvin Mims. I think Troy Franklin, he's a good after the catch guy, right? He is really a good after the catch guy. So let's see. I want to see kind of Troy Franklin in the slot where Bonisha Bone just hit him and let Troy Franklin just make people miss because he has the speed. He has the speed to do it. You know what I mean? He really do have the speed to do it, and that's just where I'm at. I know Mark Mims can make people miss. We need to see more of that. Use the tools that you have because they the only 2 speed guys that the Broncos have on offense is Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims. And going to end this like going to end this with go Broncos, go Broncos.